We are Group 8 and we will be presenting a roleplay on hypothermia. Our group members include Daronique Morris, Zanique Casey, Quentin Woods, Amia Pinder, Tamia Taylor, and Saja Green. A 23-year-old female is brought in by emergency medical services after being retrieved from a walk-in freezer at 8 a.m. this morning. This happened at one of the local restaurants where she managed. She was found with altered mental status and shivering. It appears as if the patient had been sitting in the freezer, which was negative 5 degrees Celsius. She had been drinking and smoking, which led to her losing consciousness. She was then later found by one of the executive chefs, who had then called for help. The patient was taken to EMS to the local emergency department.
Good afternoon, nurse. This is a patient. She seemed to be in her early 20s. She was found in Grand Central Station. Temperature out there was 20 degrees. She was found shivering. Her body temperature felt a little warm. She was sweating profusely, and she seemed to be disoriented. So, looked like he's suffering from a little hypothermia.
Okay. The patient's heart rate was 120 beats per minute, blood pressure 80/40 millimeters of mercury, oxygen saturation 90%, and respiration rate 10 breaths per minute. The patient was then placed on an emergency bed. All wet clothing was removed from her body. The doctor requested for a rectal temperature and a heating blanket right away. The patient was then placed on a cardiac monitor to monitor hourly vitals, including temperature checks. Doctors then assessed the patient's circulation and requested an ECG and immediate labs, including fingerstick glucose, arterial blood gas, complete blood count, electrolytes, blood, urea, nitrogen, creatinine, coagulation studies, serum toxicology screen, and blood alcohol content. The patient's airway breathing was checked, and the doctor ordered 5 liters of oxygen to be given by a face mask. The doctor then inserted 2 large peripheral IV and ordered for 1 liter of lactated ringers to be warmed at 42 degrees Celsius and infused at 1 liter per hour.
This patient? Okay, we have a 23 female patient. She is lethargic. She is confused. She's shivering upon arrival. She's hypothermic.
Can I get a pen like this? What's the patient's temperature? What was the last temperature?
The last temperature was 89.6. Her pulse rate was 120. Blood pressure 85.
Okay, can I get another? What time was that pressure? What time was that pressure? What time did you take the last temperature?
The last temperature was at 3:20 p.m.
Okay, nurse, can I get another pressure reading from her as well?
Her temperature is 86.6.
Okay.
Blood pressure.
Okay, this patient needs a line up as well.
Blood pressure is 80/55.
Okay, this patient needs a line. And then we're going to do some lab work. So we need some lab works as well. We need metabolic profile.
Respiration rate
We
28.
need a CBC done. We need a CBC done. We need a liver profile, renal profile. Can I get a stethoscope, please? What's the O2 stat last?
28.
Oxygen saturation.
Oxygen saturation is 88.
Okay, can she get 5 liters of oxygen, please?
5 liters of oxygen. Face mask is going on at 5 liters of oxygen.
Again, we will put on her ECG. CBC is metabolic panel, renal panel, fun and creatinine. Physical assessment on her to check the site bases. And we do testing of her skin. They're going to check her capillary refill. She's slightly cyanotic. Cyanotic around her eyes and her forearms. On her feet. Her a capillary refill in 4 seconds. And the osmotic, then tracheal, bronchi, or wheezing. And I guess wheezing.
Following the administration of passive external, active external, and heated fluids, the doctor asked for an update. The vitals update were as follows: temperature 92.6 degrees Fahrenheit, heart rate 18 beats per minute, blood pressure 95/60 millimeters of mercury, oxygen 98%, respiration 25 breaths per minute, rectal temperature 32 degrees Celsius. Laboratory investigations were checked for further management of hypothermia and to rule out potential complications of hypothermia rewarming. Doctors stated that all tests were normal, except the blood alcohol content elevated, which was 0.45 grams per deciliter. Blood gas shows pH level 7.25, partial pressure of carbon dioxide 40 millimeters of mercury, bicarbonate 24 millimoles per liter, partial pressure of oxygen in the arterial blood 89 millimeters of mercury.
92.6, the pulse rate is 118, blood pressure is 95/60, O2 saturation is 98, via face mask, respiration is 25, EPM.